Jai Shri
Jai
Mataji.
Shri Mataji. Jai
Shri
Shri Mataji, Dr. Sandeep Rai. Thank you for joining us this
Yeah.
beautiful sunny morning in England and from Mumbai there. Thanks for joining us about and it's so nice that you've taken this time out to share with us these absolutely exceptional, unparalleled, incredible times that you were privileged to spend with Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi herself. If you could just head straight into how, when, and where did you get your self-realization, please? That'll be awesome.
Yeah. So thank you so much, and it's a great opportunity. And thank you for giving us this opportunity to share some views and some kind of stories which are which happened long back, 35
Yes.
years back. And this is regarding my father, who was a physiologist, very well renowned in India. And he worked at Maulana Azad Medical College, then Lady Harding, and at Zipmer Postgraduate Medical Institute, which is one of the three main institutes in India which are known. That are the AIMS, the PGI Chandigarh, and Zipmer. So he was the head of department there also. And it so happened that one of my close relatives, Dr. Nigam, whom everyone knows in Sahaj Yoga, he was in Delhi and he was a leader for Sahaj Yoga for a long time. So he had suffered stroke at a very young age when he was practicing in UP, and he was brought to Delhi for treatment. And after treatment, he came in touch with a Sahaj Yogi who gave him realization, and he felt very good after realization. I could sleep well, and then he understood that there is something in this Sahaj Yoga. So he wanted to meet Shri Mataji. And 1981-82, there were very few people in Delhi. So he got a chance to meet Shri Mataji, where Shri Mataji asked him that she wants some research on Sahaj Yoga. Now, he was already, patient of stroke and was recovering. And so he thought that probably it may not be possible for him to do anything because he was not based in an institution at that time. But he remembered about my father, who was a very renowned physiologist, and physiology people do research. So he was in a research-oriented department and a close relative. So he suggested my father and that it would be worthwhile if we could do some research on yoga, Sahaj Yoga. So this was in 1982-83. My father told him that, you see, the Indian government it's not very keen to give much grants on Sahaj Yoga. So, and the things went here and there. But then in 84, my father, while sitting in office, had some vertigo and some giddiness. And the professor of medicine saw, and she said, okay, he became okay in 15-20 minutes, but she thought that he needed a CT scan. CT scan were very few in that time. So he was sent to a hospital which was associated with his medical college. And there he was admitted for the scan purpose only. So it so happened that Dr. Nigam was meeting Shri Mataji at that time, and he told Shri Mataji that the professor I was talking, he got a little unwell, and he's there for a day in RML for a scan. So Shri Mataji sent some Sahaj Yogis to give vibrations, and we saw these foreigners, very nice and very energetic looking gentlemen from different countries. They came and they gave vibrations. And so it was okay. It was a routine thing. And we thought that, okay, they are doing something to the aura or some chakras, which I had some knowledge from childhood. I had read some books from Rishikesh and of these Vedic gurus as scholars. And I'd seen in those books the chakras and the kundalini and everything. So I had some idea about this. So then they did it and it was okay. Father was otherwise okay. He was talking to everybody lying there. He had just come for a scan. He had to be relieved the same night. And so he was relieved and we went back. And then what happened was that my sister delivered a son who was quite unwell. So my father was the vice principal of Lady Hardinge Medical College at that time and medical superintendent of the hospital attached to the medical college. So being in a high position as medical superintendent, sister's son was looked after very well by professor of pediatrics there. And they made a special ward for him and everything. But after a few days of treatment, actually he had developed septicemia, that is an infection of the blood. The infection goes in the blood to every organ. So he had developed septicemia, and the doctor, didn't want to take much responsibility. So she said one day that, you see, he is not improving the way I would have liked him to improve with all these antibiotics and all. So maybe, I can't say anything. He would recover, but I'm not very sure. And so you kindly keep your fingers crossed, and, I'm not able to give you any guarantee for him. So then my father requested the leaders there in Delhi. So they talked to Shimataji. I think Dr. Nigam only talked to Shimataji. And Shimataji said, call them at Dr. Talwar's house. I'm going there in the evening. So me, my mother, my sister, my father all went there, and we reached just 2 minutes after Shimataji had reached there. She was climbing up the stairs. We were following her up, and she went to Dr. Talwar's house. His nursing home was first floor, ground floor. His house was first floor. So Shimataji sat there in the drawing room, took the child, took off his shoes, rubbed his head, his sahasrara, and his body and his feet, and then gave it to my father and said, okay, the child will be okay, you take him. So we brought the child back, and after a few days, he recovered well. And then my father got a little inquisitive, and he said, I want to meet Shimataji again. And when he met Shimataji, he told mother, what did you do? Shimataji told that I did the kundal. I just cleared the chakras and activated the kundalini. So my father said that this is not seen in modern science. We can't see the kundalini and chakras when we dissect the body. So she said, yes, it is in the subtle body. You can't see. But why don't you research? You may not be able to see, but if you make people do Sahaj Yoga meditation, you may see indirectly good effects on the health, and that will tell you that something is happening in the body. And then you take it as a hypothesis, and then you prove it, and you are in a big position. By grace of God, you are in a position with so much of grants, and you can have medical students, you can do a thesis on this. So that is how the Sahaj Yoga researches started in Lady Hardinge Medical College. And Shimataji sent all of them, Dr. Nigam, Dr. Talwar, and all used to come to give vibrations to the patients. They would take from the medicine department and take it to physiology department. And these people would give vibrations, and they would make them meditate. And then they saw very good results. And the thesis was of a MD physiology thesis, got accepted with the Delhi University, and the papers came out and they got published. And then Shimataji was very happy. And in fact, some doctor who later on was saying that not very great instruments were used, sophisticated instruments and all were not used. In 85, Shimataji once remarked that all these researches which Professor Rai did were under direct attention of mine. And they are significant researches, and they were done in my total attention and my, those, because it was Shimataji was interested in the research. It was not that Professor Rai was interested in research. It was Shimataji was interested in research, and that we came to know later that 2 years back, she had already asked Dr. Nigam, kindly find some person who can do research. I want research on Sahaj Yoga because I want it to be scientifically proven. I don't want it to be like other things, that people should not confuse it with imagery, with placebo effects and with good feeling and mesmerism and hypnotism. It should have concrete medical evidence so that people really believe it. And that is why all these initial researches were in direct attention of Shimataji. And not only that, Shri Mataji sent a lot of doctors from different parts, some young doctors also, to meet my father and to understand how research on Sahaj Yoga can be done. And a lot of other doctors then started researching Sahaj Yoga, like young Dr. Ramesh Manucha. Recently met him few days back only in Mumbai, keeps coming to the health center. And he did some very good research in Australia. So initially, Shimataji sent him to father to meet, discuss, and then he was able to do very good research. Then lot of good researchers in Russia, Goloko Shine, now in US, did good research in Russia. And now so many of them did researches on Sahaj Yoga. Katya Rubia is there in UK. And then we did many projects in MGM Medical College and the International Sahaj Yoga Research and Health Center, Mumbai. Combined collaborative projects we did. And now Henry from Canary Islands doing very good work on how the brain volume increases with meditation. Dodich from Italy is doing very good research. Then Brian Wells also did some preliminary work. Dr. Wolfgang from Austria did very good work on addiction. And David Spiro, I think, did some preliminary work. Morgan from UK did a lot of work. Hendrik did a combined study on psychological effects. And so all over the world, from US, from Canada, Ram Misra did good work on endorphins. Then in Australia, Ramesh is doing very good work. In UK, we have 3-4 people who have been associated, doctors who have been associated with Sahaj Yoga, including Dr. David Spiro. I have very fond memories of meeting him with my father. And Brian Wells, very fond memories of him coming to the health center and we meeting with my father. Morgan, I've not met, but he has
Adam
done some
Morgan,
good work.
yes.
Yes, he's done some very good work and we quote his work. Katya Rubia, I met in the United Nations conference in Bonn, very good researcher from UK.
Yes.
And then Goloko Shine, who was in Russia at that time, did very good work. And now Hendris from Canary Islands, Spain, is doing very good work on MRI. And he's showing that the brain size increases, brain thickens, it grows with meditation. Then Dodich from Italy has also shown that. Wolfgang is already there. Sujata from Cabela and Florence, she also does a lot of seminars and good work. And so there is, after Professor Rai, that was the starting. And after that, it just spread around. And so many of these big doctors and researchers have contributed so much to Sahaj Yoga that now we have enough evidence of, enough evidence gathered to tell the people that how Sahaj Yoga is there, and we have scientific proof to tell that it works, and it's just not imagery or visualization or hypnotism. Like
all the evidence exists to prove the benefits of this very, very subtle and a very easy, seemingly easy science that Shrimataji has made it possible. Just like that, where people had to leave their families, households, go up into the mountains or forests seeking the truth, and here Shrimataji's made it possible. So how did you perceive because at that point when your father Dr. Rai got his realization, you were yourself a medical student? Tell us about your journey, please.
Yes. I just graduated, and I was seeing all this as I told you that from childhood we used to go to Rishikesh and other. Father was a seeker, so a lot of saints and sages we used to go. So I had a preliminary idea about spirituality and various. Also I'd read about various chakras, Kundalini, the Vedic system. So, but my passion was my profession, and I wanted to be more astute clinician and a good researcher and well known. In fact, I wanted to go to United States and establish a good practice and increase and get elevated in my profession. Right. But what happened was that I was not too much inclined towards Yoga in the beginning, because I thought, okay, it's okay. Father is researching, and let father research. And Sri Mataji I used to see as a big saint, as a VIP person, very, very important person, with a lot of people trying to meet her. And so I used to be like driving my father to Sri Mataji, whom my father would go almost every day when she was in India. So now the research was the main attraction and the main thing. And because he used to talk about research and what is going to happen and how he has to proceed, he used to get a free entry to Sri Mataji's house every day. And I used to go and leave him and drop him at Sri Mataji's place. Either go to my hospital, come back and pick him up, or I would, if he would say just wait, it will take me half an hour or so, I would just sit there in Kutub Ashram in the meditation room down alone. There was nobody. And when he would come down, I would take him in my car and go. So one fine day, Shri Mataji asked my father, uh, where is your son? So does he come here? So Shri Mataji, my father said, Shri Mataji, yes, he comes. So how do you come here? He drops me in his car. And then how do you go back? So he takes me. So, but he comes here. My father said, yes, he comes here. Then why doesn't he come up? Shri Mataji used to be on second floor. So Shri Mataji, he says that you go, it is your work. You go and meet Shri Mataji. I will sit down, and when you come back, I will pick you up and go. So Shri Mataji sent one senior Sahaj Yogi down. So he came rushing down. I was sitting in the meditation hall. He said, Shri Mataji has called you. I said, calling me? He says, yes. I said, why? What happened? He says, I don't know. Come up quickly. So I went, I bowed down to Shri Mataji. I did my pranams. And Shri Mataji says, why don't you come up? You come every day. I said, yes, I come. So she says, why don't you come up? Says, Mataji, it's so difficult to meet you. Actually, there are so many people standing on first floor, all the big leaders and Yuva Shaktis, and nobody will allow. I tried once, but nobody allowed me. So I said, why push my way through? So I was a little embarrassed. So I want to be done. So she told the people there that, okay, don't stop him when he wants to come. Let him come. So they said, okay. Then she told me, sit down, sit down. And we said, okay, what do you do? I said, I've graduated and I want to do my post-graduation. And she asked me, you want to go to US? I said, let me see if I can do PG here or later. Says, it's very easy for us. We can send you to US. That's not a problem. So I kept quiet at that time. And then she said, what about this? What do you think about Sahaj Yoga? So I was sitting there. Said, Mataji, it's very good. Says, yeah. Your sister's son became okay. I said, yes, he's become okay. All your blessings and your divine grace. She said, okay. Take. Then she told, one senior Sahaj Yogi's wife was in the kitchen. So she told her that get some tea and sweets for him. So everyone was sitting down. So they bought a saucer cup tea and good sweets for me. And they kept it on the carpet, and I was also sitting. So I didn't. So I started drinking tea. Everyone was sitting and they started staring at me. I started eating the sweets. So then everyone is staring at me. I couldn't understand why. I mean, Shri Mataji got sweets and tea and I'm eating it. And while eating also, what I did was that it was a very, very delicious, from some very great sweet maker of India. So these sweets were very, kind of difficult to get. So what I did is, in a tissue paper, I kept two sweets, two pieces. I thought I'll take it home for my mother, and my wife may also take it at that time. They are so good. And I kept it in the tissue paper, and on this side I was eating and taking tea. So everyone was quite aghast and staring at me and again looking back at me. So when everyone started looking back, I just ate the piece I was having. I wrapped up the tissue and half tea I left it. And the Sahaj Yogini senior Sahajogni was there. She took up the tea. I mean, she was also waiting that she wanted to snatch the cup and take it, because at that time I didn't know that it was not right to drink in front of Shrimataji. So I was very, I couldn't understand. Then she said, she saw me putting the sweets in the tissue paper, and she told the Sahajogi Yuva Shakti, give 2-3 pieces more, keep it, pack it properly. He can take home, and other people can also eat. So I said, no, mother, this is okay too. No, take more. So I got little embarrassed because she had seen me keeping in the tissue. So then when my father said, what do you do? Why are you keeping sweets in tissue? And why were you taking tea? So I said, Shrimataji said, give him tea. When they have bought hot tea, what should I do? I should keep it lying down. I have to take it. He said, you don't know, nobody takes tea and eats in front of Shrimataji. I didn't know. I said, why? Because they're serving, so why not eat it? No. So I said, then what should I have done? He said, no, you should have left it lying there. I couldn't understand. So this happened. So many days I used to go. And then what happened was that Shrimataji knew he's not too much interested in Sahaja Yoga. So what she would do was that she would tell me that you see Sir CP. He's very fond of doctors. You go and see him. Whenever you come, you see him, examine him, and just see his chest and other things. He is very fond of doctors. So now my entry started as a doctor to Sir CP. And he used to be very happy. Every second, third day, I used to go up with my father.
This?
Yeah, he would tell me. It was in about 85, 86, 87, those times. Yeah. And he would tell her, Sir CP has also come, you go in his room. I used to go in his room, examine him and come. And then I was to come back, and Shrimataji used to say, how is he? This is good. Better see him every day because he's very fond of doctors. So I said, okay. And that was this thing that people understood, that father will come to talk to Shrimataji. He will go and see Sir CP. Then while coming back, he will sit down in front of Shrimataji. And it so started that Shrimataji then made me sit one day in front of her and said, put your hands towards me, put it. How are you feeling? So there were so many people sitting there. I couldn't feel anything. But I told Shrimataji, I'm feeling nice. We are feeling relaxed. Any feeling on the hand, this. So I just said like that, little bit cool, little bit mother, like that. But I came down, I told my father, sir, Papa, I don't feel anything. He says, just keep on going to Shrimataji. One day you will feel it. So I said, okay. Now going was compulsory because I had to go with my father. So slowly, some feeling I could get on the hands, but I was not sure, is it a vibration I am feeling, or is it something I am thinking or feeling, or is it something from the AC I am feeling? So much later, one day in Pratishthan, Shrimataji told me, now put your hands in front of me. I said yes. She was in the guest room in a white sari, and Yogi ji, such a distinguished personality in Sahaja Yoga, written so many books, and was right there from the beginning with Shrimataji. Yogi ji was standing there, some other Sahaj Yogis were standing there. She says, put your hands like this towards me. And then she said, tell me now, do you feel the cool vibrations? Tell me honestly. Now I thought so many people looking at me, but I was not feeling much. So I said, no, mother, I don't feel. He says, okay, do it again. I did again. And she directly gave me, and she said, do you feel it? I said, no, mother, I don't feel it. Then she told Yogi ji, look, waves of vibration are coming from him. So much is flowing. Why is he not feeling it? So you go and correct his Vishuddhi. So Yogi ji came at my back, put my neck, then he massaged it a little and he just, cracked it 2, 3 times. And Shri Mataji says, okay, you go do meditation, foot soak and all. Vibrations are flowing tremendously, but you are not feeling them. So I said, okay, mother. But she said, it's okay. It's okay. Till the time they are flowing, it's okay. You may not feel it's okay, but continue doing your meditation. And that was proved to me sometime later when in Delhi, I went to see Sir CP, then bowed down and did pranams to Shri Mataji, and went to the Nizamuddin Scout ground. And when I went to the Scout ground, there was my friend from Mumbai, very sensitive in vibrations, Dr. Ramesh. This is a different Ramesh from Australia. This is a Marathi Ramesh, Dr. Ramesh Daipod. And he was very sensitive with vibrations. And he used to come to Delhi also to help me and father when research was going on. So he had come there to attend a program of Sahaj Yoga in Scouts ground in Nizamuddin. So when I went to him, he said, what were you doing? Have you meditated and come? I said, no, I was in hospital. He said, then I went for 10 minutes to Kutub. Okay, what did you do? I said, I saw Sir CP and I did pranams to Shri Mataji and come. He said, I said, why are you asking? Yeah. So he said, I can feel the vibrations coming as waves from your side. And I said, but I don't feel anything. He says, that is the thing you are not feeling. But I can feel that you have come from a very vibrated place. So that was the proof to me that sometimes if your Vishuddhi is not okay, you may not feel the vibrations, but they may be flowing from the body. And then slowly, it started, I started feeling them. And as I started feeling them, Mataji's attitude towards me started maturing. Like as in the beginning, it was take tea, sweet, sit down. And she would talk to me like a normal young, graduate doctor, many things that one day I still remember. I saw Sir CP sat there and she said, very nice shirt you are wearing, very nice shirt. So I said, Mataji, yeah. Is it of silk? I said, no, Mata, this is cotton shirt. Where did you get it? So there was a market near our place called Karol Bagh. It's a famous market. Market for middle class where you get, cheap, good things. So I said, I got it from Karol Bagh. Mother knew because she had stayed in Delhi. Oh, Karol Bagh has such good stuff. Oh. Then she called. Yuva Shakti at that time in service was Hari. He got, Hari, come here. We came from Australia, Singapore. We bought so many shirts for Ganpati Pule. So he said, yes, Shrimataji. Shrimataji said, how much were they? He said, Shrimataji, I think 10, 12 pounds each. Look here, this doctor has got his shirt. She said, how much you got it? Said Shrimataji, it was 110 rupees. 110 rupees like, in India we get a shirt for about 2,500, 3,000 rupees now. That was 40 years back, 110 rupees. And that is like 1 pound or so. So damn cheap and looks like a silk shirt. So every day when I used to go back, I had stories to tell my mother and father. And so I told her, Mataji praised my shirt. And she said, it's very good shirt. And it looks like silk and all. But I would reflect, oh, Mataji is talking to me about the shirt and the cost of the shirt. And the price of the shirt is just like, some grandmother talking like that. So that is the thing. Later on, I understood whatever she talks to you, whenever she is talking to you, she may be talking anything, but it doesn't matter. What she is doing is she is clearing you and working on you. So for all that time, she was talking about the shirt and this and the cost and hurry you come and what we bought. Whole time she was clearing from inside. And I couldn't understand. Later on, I started observing Shimataji talking, but eyes working on your body and talking. So talking was like that. And the talk also changed as you started feeling vibrations and you started understanding Sahaj Yoga. From that, few years later, this was this tea episode. Few years later, when I had matured a little bit, say 5, 7 years later, in some conversation, while telling some story or some event, Shimataji told me, you know, nobody eats in front of me. Then I remembered, oh, 8, 10 years back, I had, I was eating normally and drinking tea in front of her. That time she gave me more sweets to keep, told me to continue with drinking. And today Shimataji was telling me that she, nobody drinks in front of her. Nobody eats. They just keep it and as a reference to some story she was telling. So I understood as you keep on maturing, as I was maturing, her way of talking and what she was talking kept on changing as your level changes. And there was a time when at one time she wanted me to, the Sir CP and all said, I was testing Sir CP. She said, you test Mataji also. You test Mataji for sugar. So he asked Mataji, can we? He 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 didn't ask Mataji. He told me they were all sitting at one place, and I tested Sir CP, and I used to give him some nebulizer or something, and then he said, "Okay, we will. There's the glucometer. You test her also." And so, I mean, I was very enthusiastic and all. So I took the finger of Shimataji, just wiped it off and put the thing, tried to do, but it showed error. Then I looked at Shimataji, she looked at me, said, Shimataji, something gone wrong. So can I prick again? So okay, do. Did again. I did. Again it was showing error. Now all Yuva Shakti is staring at me. I got very nervous. I said, I did for Sir CP, it was just 2 second job. Now it is all. And so happened, I did the third time. Third time also it showed error. And now 3 times you have pricked Mataji. And then I was totally nonplussed and just standing there. What to do? And Mataji said, did you take my permission before pricking me? You have to put your hands to the ear, take my permission, and then you can do. You're just taking my finger like that and pricking it. Who has given you that authority? How can you do that? Did you ask? You have to bow down to me, ask my permission. Take. And once it has not come, you have to say, Mataji, I'm sorry, I could not do. Please, can you give me permission again like that? So now you do. So I say, Mataji, very sorry. I didn't take your permission, Mataji. If you permit, can I do a prick to you? Very sorry, it will hurt you. But say, no, it's okay, do. Then I did, and that time it was correct. So she said, look here, should have recognition. And now this was around 95, from 85 to 95, from taking tea and talking about shirt and watches and other thing. She said, now you have to mature, you have to recognize, you have to ask for permission, you have to say sorry to me in case something goes wrong, ask again the permission to do again. And so slowly, she, changed her, the way she would talk to you and expect things from you as you matured. But the bottom line is that she sees what level you are Basically sees you are an okay person, has some seeking, some spirituality background, some seeking, and then she slowly molds you into that. And as you mature, she takes you little, and then she expects the whole protocol, the whole recognition, and that from a doer stage you should come to, that Sri Mataji does.
It's a very
She's
good
the,
point.
yeah.
It's a
So
very good point how you have shown your journey from, being a young doctor and having such normal conversations with the Adi Shakti, and how then she literally held your hands and told you the protocol. I mean, it's amazing to hear it. Will you please share some more details for the viewers who may like to know more about this?
yes, yeah,
Because
definitely. Yes, sure. Because you see, this one thing that she continuously did was that she never, even at times when she would get little angry, she would never let you go out of the attention. She knew, she knew that they these young people are not so well settled, and anything harsh or anything uh, I say, they may just get washed off into the normal world. They would just go away. So she would, and possibly she knew that there are certain people who can be molded. And so, whether she is here or she is somewhere else, never ever left her attention going. Means she always, whenever I would not go, she would ask, when she would call her in service in Pratishthan later in 2000s. Even then, she would ask, how is your husband? Where is he? Why he has not come here? So she told, because I was called in service and he is doing his work at Mumbai, and so I have come to Pune. So why he hasn't not come? So he didn't get leave, he's not that. Then they would phone me. They would phone me. Shri Mataji is asking for you. I should say it's a medical college leave I can get. So I would take the leave, just drive 2 hours drive. When I used to go, she wouldn't talk. I mean, at that time she was talking also, but she wouldn't talk. Pranam, okay. And I would tell her, you say Shri Mataji are asking about you. When I come, she is not talking anything. Where are you? How are you? Only seeing and, working inside your body, not talking much, nothing, but asking, where is he? Where? So that attention always, you know, even if you are not there, even when she was in UK, you know, through Sir CP, I would get messages. Sir CP would ask me if you would fall sick. I mean, Sir CP was seeing some best doctors in UK. They were from this Brompton Hospital, professor. Brompton Hospital is a chest hospital, very famous in, I think, London, where the professor of medicine of chest was treating him. He writes books for chest medicine. And here in India, a young doctor like me was treating him. And the best part was that when he went to UK, when he used to go to UK, all his medicines I would write, and 6 months the household people will buy for him and pack him and take it. And in UK, if he would get sick, he would call me and he would tell me that which medicines I should take. I said, you call, you talk to this your professor in UK, and he will tell you. So, but he said, no, you tell me. So that was the kind of faith at one time he had, and that was because uh, another short this thing that once he got a cough and he was admitted in a big hospital in near Kutub Ashram. And again, All India Institute retired professor of chest medicine was seeing him. And I was a young doctor. So what I did was that I used to go and see him with my father. And Shrimataji would send my father to see him. One day I went with my stethoscope, I auscultated him, and I said, Sir CP, I can hear crepitations over here, and you have a small pneumonia patch here. So he said, but the professor of medicine has not told me. He's a very famous chest physician of India. I said, no, tomorrow he will come. You just tell him to auscultate here and see, he will tell you. Next day, the professor came and Sir CP told him that, sir, please see here. Said, oh, Sir CP, I have seen you enough times. Nothing is there, Baba. It will get okay in 3, 4 days. Said, no, do I have any patch here? He said, nothing is there. You auscultate. He says, I know, there's no need to auscultate. Again, the third day I went, I again auscultated him. I said, Sir CP, you have a patch here. He says, but chest medicine professor from AIMS, he has seen me twice. He says, no. I said, next day he comes, you tell him to do an X-ray. Said, he has already done. I said, tell him to do now. It's a patch now. So next day the professor came and my Sir CP insisted on, sir, kindly do an X-ray. He said, okay, for his satisfaction, do an X-ray. They did an X-ray and they found a patch there. Then he changed the antibiotics. And it's okay. But Sir CP after that, no, gained a kind of confidence. And he said, okay, so now whenever I'll problem, I'll call you. And that is one of the, that is Shimataji's, that's her play. I mean, because of that, Sir CP started calling me almost every day when he was there, one day or every other day. And it was a small house of Kutub. Shimataji's only 2 rooms. Mataji always used to be in the drawing room sitting. And whenever you open the room, you find Shimataji, you bow down and she'll say, kaise aaye? How did you come? I've come to see Sir CP. Okay, see him. And next room I'll go sit with him, talk to him, auscultate him and all. He used to be very happy and talk to him about medicines and all. When come back, again you have to pass through Shimataji. She's sitting there. So what happened? And then slowly we'll slip down and sit. And then other people are talking and you hear, I mean, I must have heard hours of conversation. Hours, must be 100, 200 hours. I remember only 10, 15 minutes out of that. So then we are sitting there and for hours there we are sitting. And Shimataji talking to us also, to them also. So this was one of her plays to get her inside her, the place where we could have Her Holiness Darshan. And that was the time she cleared us. And in one time I remember like this only when Sir CP was there, I was sitting and I was just sitting. She says, where all you people have gone before coming to me? You have gone to all Guru Ghantals. I said, yes, Mataji, we used to go to many saints and sages. And she says, and I said, and later on, we came in contact with few of these people who, who kind of magic kind of people who would tell you things in advance and, tantric kind of people. And she said, look here, who all are sitting inside you? So I said, Shimataji, where? She says, here, in your पेट में आपके, means Bhavsagar or your stomach area. Do you know who all are sitting there? So I said, no, Shimataji, I don't know. She says, come here. She moved me out in the front. And then she took one Shimataji's one foot and she put it on from my whole of my stomach like this. She put the foot and my hands were like this on the floor. And I was sitting like this. And about 20 minutes or so, she kept that foot and pressed it on my stomach. And kept on talking to other people. And said, so many of them are sitting and these people don't know. And they go to so many saints and sages. And they think they are becoming big spiritual people. And after 20, 25 minutes, she took off the foot and said, okay, now it's much better. And then I understood that what all happens when you are doing all this and keeping all these negative things inside you. Only Adi Shakti could have understood that. Otherwise, At that time, I didn't find the significance. I couldn't figure it out. Later, I understood that I used to have many of the symptoms, like a kind of uneasiness, ghabrat, many times missing beats, and all those things. And these were the things, entities sitting inside and were troubling me. And Shri Mataji blessed me with her, with her holy, holy feet. She put on my this thing and what.
Wow.
So yeah, so she has done a lot. She's done a lot for us, and that is the reason we are talking. And I want to tell the people that it is not me. She has done for everybody. It may not be
Yeah.
in person. It may not be
Yeah.
in person, but she's everywhere, and she has done so much for people. And the best part is that she doesn't let you go out of attention. She may be there or she may not be there. She will not let you go out of the attention. At one time, I remember that I used to go in that time, 95, 96. It was a big dengue epidemic, dengue fever epidemic in India. Nobody knew what it was. It was the first time in 96. Hundreds of people were bleeding and many died. Shri Mataji was somewhere abroad and she wrote a letter that she knew I was treating dengue patients and it was too much. And she sent a full recipe of medicine, the kada which we call, that it has to be made like this. And all people in dengue in this epidemic drink it. And please tell Dr. Sandeep Rai about this. So
Wow.
she in that letter I still have. So she has always that attention. While in UK, she knew this was happening in India and this has to be done. And so slowly, there are many things she did, and many beautiful moments, uh, heavenly moments we spent with her, and her generosity, her kindness, her patience. Uh, Such people she was tolerating were totally worldly people, just
Yes.
engrossed in the world, just want her career, but just want, to grow, to get more degrees, to get more money, to get bigger cars, to go to
Yeah.
US, to get a mansion, to be very noted doctor, to get so many awards. These were the things we
Right.
were
Yeah.
longing for. These were the things we were longing for. And in the beginning, she used to talk. You want to go to US, I will send you. You want this, I will send you. What kind of job you do? I said, I work in Moolchand Hospital, a big corporate hospital. And she says, uh, why do you work? Why don't you do your own work? Why do you work for these people? Says, Mataji, first we have to work as a junior, then we have to. Okay. How much money you get? What is your salary? If you go to Mumbai, in the southern part of Mumbai, you will, mint money there. So I
Wow.
used to think, yeah. So, and one time she said, work so hard, you work so sincerely. Why don't you get so much name and fame? Says she, Mataji, you are, all pervading, all knowing. This was in 97. And Shri Mataji, you are asking me, why don't I get that much name and fame?
Hmm.
You only know. So she said, yeah, that is what I was thinking. Every day I see you come, you work so hard, you work till morning, night also you are working. तो आपको यश क्यों नहीं मिलता है? Yash is the fame.
Yes.
So I said, although I was not looking for any fame at that time, it was more to get good practice and other things. So she sent me to, she said, okay, let us see, there may be some problem. You go to so and so person. And he was an astrologer, the Saj Yogi astrologer.
Really? Okay.
I said, Shri Mataji sending me to astrology. So I went to Sahaj Yogi, senior Sahaj Yogi, known to us, known to our father. And he said, who has sent you? I said, Mataji. Who Sahaj Yogi? He said, Mataji sent to me. He said, yes. He said, okay. So I said, what is the problem? He said, your Shani is the problem. So Saturn is bad. So I said, okay. I said, what to do? He said, do this, feed the pigeons, this, that. I didn't do anything. But I continued my work, and few days later, I happened to again go to Kutub. And when I met, I had the good fortune of meeting Shrimataji. So I bowed down and did pranams, and she says, "What happened with the astrologer?" I said, "Shrimataji, he told me my Shani is bad." She said, "Oh, Shani is bad. That is Saturn." I said, don't worry about this Shani and Mangal and all that. The Shani is what? It is just a Vishuddhi. You clear your Vishuddhi, your Shani Devta will be very happy. He'll be just pouring his blessings on you. After getting your realization, these things don't matter much. All these deities and all these stars, have these deities. Like Mooladhar is Mangal, the Mars, and Moon is the Sastra. So you clear your chakras, the deities are pleased, and your stars are pleased. So leave all your Shani and all to me. You just continue your work. And I couldn't understand why Shri Mataji sent me to astrologer when she is the all-knowing, all-pervading. Later I knew, I thought, maybe she wanted me to tell this to people. That you see, all of you at a time when things are not going right, you will be compelled to try other streams like astrology, like tantric, going to a tantric or going to somebody, historic who's doing some kind of magical things. If your time is not right and things are not working out, instead, and people will tell you your Capricorn, you are Capricornian or your Saturn is bad. Don't worry about these things. Instead, try to meditate more, clear your chakras. Each of these astronomical planets is being represented by a chakra. If you please the deity and if the chakra is cleared, your all these things get above these. These planets and all cannot harm you. They harm the normal people, but to awakened being, they cannot have that effect. And with awakening, she meant was that to awaken the deities on those planets, they will be awakened by clearing those chakras. And maybe this message she wanted me to give to people who believe so much in astrology that she sent me herself, or she knew that one day I will be talking to people like this. That why she sent me. Otherwise, there was no reason. Adi Shakti would say that you don't get the name and fame. Why? And you go to the astrologer and find out. And that astrologer was a big bhakta of Sri Mataji and was a Sage Yogi with us. So there are so many things, to tell and about the recognition.
Yes,
And
please.
yeah. She would tell me that one fine day when we were sitting in Sri Mataji's house, she told me, you go on the train tour tomorrow. I said, what, Sri Mataji? She said, there is a train tour I organize, 600 foreigners. 15 days the train will go to different spots in India. And you go on the train tour with them. 15 days you stay in the train. I asked Mataji, when should I go? She said, tomorrow the train is leaving. You go. I want you to be with foreigners and I want you to see how deep they are. So my father was also there at that time. So I came down. I said, Papa, where is the train? How to go? I have no ticket. 15 days, clothes I have to keep. Where will I stay? They said, you stay in the train only. They go to places, come back in the night, stay in the train. I said, it's going tomorrow evening. Tonight is. Whom should I inform? When Shri Mataji was talking, it was only you, me, and one. Maybe Yuva Shakti was there. She says, no. When mother says, everything is done. Next day morning, we packed the bags. By evening, we came to the station, Delhi Kent station. Was standing like a stranger kind of thing. 2, 3 Yuva Shakti standing. Oh, Dr. Sandeep. I said, yes. Yes. Your seat is booked. You come with us. I said, who told you? No. Everything is we are knowing from yesterday night. They took me to the last cabin and there were 6 people in that. And one was Niku, who was doing the food and catering for all 15 days. Was a young man. And we did some program with him 2 years back on his channel like this. We recorded some things.
Yes.
That was extempore, not planned or anything, but we happened to record. Niku was there with one Mr. Rai who was doing pujas and all. His son was there. Then Mr. Desraj, who was later a trustee at the LET Delhi, he was there. Natraj, another old Sahaj Yogi in Delhi, he was there. Two other people, six of us in that wooden bench. That seats, 6 seats were there in the last compartment. And then Niku and his team would make the arrangements at every station for food for 600 people. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. All in a van cooking while the train moving. And Bisleri bottles. And they would lay the tables at the station. And it was the kind of work they did. And with Natraj would do announcements on the station that so-and-so collect here, food is there. And then they gave me the work to sell Bisleri. So I would sit on then one compartment, or Bisleri bottles, 10 rupees each Bisleri I would sell. And other people would do other, and they would take us to various temples on the way, the Somnath, Dwarka, so many temples we visited. So after the train tour, it would stop near Pune. Pune, Shri Mataji used to call and give this thing to everybody. They would give, Shri Mataji gave a lunch to everybody. And in that lawn behind, in that lawn on the side of Pratishthan, all Sahaj Yogis would gather. And then the buses will take us to Ganpati. So this happened, and after the whole thing,
This must be late 90s, was it?
It was 95. So when we went, and after that, there was a Ganpati Pule thing. We met Shri Mataji there in a big villa she had near the beach. And then she said, come to Kalwa Puja. So we went to Kalwa Puja. Sri Rajesh Shah's big factory and his big place where we did the 31st Puja, the first New Year Puja. After the New Year Puja, she said, now you go to Pratishthan and you stay there for 10-15 days. I'll teach you Sahaj Yoga. I said, okay, mother, I will go. And she gave her own car, her own Contessa car. And we were very surprised. All Sahaj Yogis were surprised. It was Shri Mataji's car, but she said, I have Mercedes, you go in my Contessa. And Shri Mataji's driver, Podar was the driver, took us. And while going to Pratishthan, this driver at one point was overtaking a truck and he miscalculated the time a little. So when he turned this side, the other truck was coming. And when he turned this side, his bumper at the back bumper hit the truck. The car did like this, but went okay. And he started saying, this truck person is not good, this, that. And that Podar driver took us to it. And one day later, Shri Mataji arrived and she called us to the train. She says, how was your trip from Kalwa to Pune? Said Shri Mataji, it was okay. Anything happened? Then I remembered. I said, nothing much, mother. Podar was driving and he was turning, the bumper hit the truck. You all are safe. Mataji, then nothing happened. Car moved a little like this and then. Okay. And much later, when we went to Hyderabad after this, you know, my in-laws, astrologer came to their house. Astrology, they come to every place. And he was just seeing my brother-in-laws and other. And he took my chart and he said, oh my God, the worst period, Shani period you are going through. And last few days, big accident or some happening was there. So he said, I'm so surprised you are sitting here without any injury, without anything, because this is destined to happen. And that accident was destined to happen. Shri Mataji gave her own car, her own driver. And in that period, didn't let me go back to Delhi, where these things were due. And she told me, I'll teach you Sahaj Yoga, go to Pratishthan. And that too for 20 days. That whole month was so bad for me that she kept me there in Pratishthan, and travel in her car and drive her. And later I realized this. And every day she used to sit on the second floor in Pratishtha. Every day in the night I used to go and she says, okay, we will talk about Sahaj Yoga, we will talk about chakras and diseases. And I used to take my diary and a small tape recorder and the T series cassette, the tape, and I used to record.
Wow, precious
Ah,
recordings those.
yeah. But that recording went, that the 40 years back, those cassettes got spoiled. But I have one copy in which I have written few pages.
Great.
Yesterday only I was reading them. So it was normal things which Mataji has talked in all lectures. It was nothing out of the thing, but she was telling me word by word. And then she asked me, okay, how, what, so one day she was like, I was recording and she was also telling me some stories. And she suddenly said, look here, if you want to progress in Sahaj Yoga, you will have to recognize it. I said, she Mataji, I recognize you. You are such a big guru, you are Adi Shakti. She said, no, not for the word's sake. You are Adi Shakti, you are just saying like that. Do you recognize me? I said, yes. She says, no, you have to recognize me. You saw how deep the foreigners are? Why I sent you on train? I said, yes, Shimataji, I talked to them. They are very deep. They are great devotees of you. They have great faith in you, Shimataji. They have an unwavering faith. So why don't you have? No, I have Mata. No. Why don't you have the faith like them, what you saw? Because Shri Mataji, you have given them some out of the world experiences. You have given them wonderful experiences. So I have given you none. No, Mataji, you have given me, but they are small experiences. Oh, I have given you good experiences. But everything you think is a coincidence. Everything you think is a chance. What did they tell you? I said, Shri Mataji, they told me many things. I saw this lady who told me that you were taking some program in London, and after the program, everyone went to the stage and to go and do pranams to you. And when this lady went to the stage, you were standing there, and she looked in your eyes, and in the black part of your eye, inside that eye, she could see the whole universe. She could see the planets moving, the sun, the stars, everything. And she kept on coming close and seeing the whole universe moving. And then suddenly you patted her back and said, it's okay, it's okay. You move, you move. He says, okay. She told you that. What? That universe is moving in my eyes? I said, yes, Mataji. Then what else? I said, there was one guy, maybe in Royal Albert Hall, you were taking the program. You came in this hall, he was a non-Sahaj yogi. First time he had come, he was sitting in the last seat. When you came to do the program, when you were talking, he found a grey colored cloud coming towards him in the last seat and hit him over here. And then his kundalini went up and hit the ceiling. So I made that noise. It went up. So she laughed so much, Mataji. Okay. And she made the sound. It went up like this. I said, yes. Very happy she was. She says, okay. And what else? I said, sir, one gentleman saw you on the stage and you started becoming bigger like this. So she said, okay. And so like this, I told few other stories. I don't remember now many things I told her. He says, so now you believe. I said, I believe, Mataji, mm, but I don't have that kind of experience. So she started smiling. Says, what experience you want? I said, something unmistakable. That after that experience, I should not have any doubt that you are Sri Adi Shakti and nothing else. So it was night time. On one side, I recently visited Pratishthan. I saw that room again, second floor. One side is kind of a window, you can see the night sky that side. There's a table here. One side is the wall and the door from which Sahajogis come. So at past 1 o'clock in the night, second floor, Mataji is eating chanas like this. One glass of water is here. I am sitting on this side here. Mataji is sitting like I am sitting, and I am sitting on the floor on that side. Here is the open view to the sky, night sky. And nobody in the room. And I said, you kindly give me some experience where I cannot, then I should have no doubt. So she started smiling. She's eating the chana like this. And I'm sitting on this side. She starts looking over towards the night sky, that side. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, why mother is looking that side? Suddenly she turns her face and starts looking directly to my eyes. Then I see the eyes getting bigger and bigger and the face getting larger. And 1:30 in the night, alone and night sky there, and she's just directly looking and things changing. And I become like this, started shivering like this. And she said, okay, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. And she turned her face again towards that sky. I mean, I can't see. And then it's okay, take water, take water, take water. The water was there. Take water. Ah, beta, what's the time? It's very late in the night. It's very late. Now you go and rest. Huh? Sleep now. We'll talk tomorrow. So you are okay, na? I said yes. Everything fine now. Yes. You go and sleep. You go and sleep. I was totally dazed. I couldn't understand what has happened. Why I did like this, as if, and what did I see and what was I going to see? Probably she was trying to give a darshan.
Were you scared?
I got scared. I was not prepared to take it. And
Yes.
again and again asking her, Mataji, give me an unmistakable experience. Give me something that, and she thought, okay. So she tried to show some form of the Devi. And which at my stage, very young, unprepared, not so much of recognition, not so much of depth, not so much of bhakti. I was not in a properly developed to take that kind of experience. And she understood it and sent me. So this was something I found that Mataji will give you according to your maturity and all. Many people have different experiences and all. But later I understood that she told me so many things about Sahaj Yoga. She discussed so many things. Probably she cleared me at that time. This was the time when she cleared my Vishuddhis, to started feeling vibrations. This is the time when she saved me from making me sit in her own car. And still the driver had a little, this thing, brushed with the truck. If it would have been, little back, it would have overturned. And then the astrologer telling me that, how you are sitting all right, I can't understand. Such bad stars last month. The whole month she protected. And then she told about the foreigners, those who were very deep, and made me hear those experiences and try to give an experience. And so many other things are there to tell, but paucity of time. I wanted to share these 2-3 things. And one thing more about the photo. I mean, she was very gracious. She once told me that, look here, in this Pratishthan, 95 only, I want to open a hospital in Bombay, Vashi. I want you to go and take charge of it. I said, Mother, me? I will take charge of hospital. Said, what, you are making some ICU and some lab and other things? I said, no. It's only Sahaj Yoga Hospital. I don't want to dilute Sahaj Yoga. I said, Mother, then what a modern medicine medical specialist like me will do there? So, mother, I will tell you two, three very great Sai Yogis in Delhi. And you send them, they will run the hospital very well. Then she asked me who all are there. I will not name them. And I told about them. And she, Mataji, sometimes she laughed, sometimes she talked some things, and it's okay. But then she said, no, no, but I want you to go. So CP was sitting there. So CP said, Shri Mataji, he's a young medical specialist. Why you want to spoil his life by sending him there? She says, no, sir, CP, this is the real science. He's a specialist. That's why I want to send him. This is the meta science. This is the greatest science. This I want him to learn and practice there. You asked me, will you go or not? I said, Mataji, I don't want to go. But if you say and insist, I will go. Says, yes, that is what I want to know. You'll go. I said, I will go. So she says, okay. She called. Mr. Magdoom was a great devotee of Sri Mataji, and he had built the Ganpati Pule and all were managed by him. And he had built the health center and Mataji's apartment. Says, you go with his son, now, today only, see the apartment, see what changes you want, and then come back and tell me. And you will go and live there. So I said, Mother, how can I live in your apartment? That's not your business. What I'm telling you, you just go now, see the apartment, see what changes you want. Come in.
When
95. So this guy took me in his car. We drove. We came to health center. It was all barren. We went. Nice carpet-like flooring and everything. Saw the thing. Said everything is okay. I don't want much changes. Maybe the drawing room is big. You can make it half. Again, I went. His father came there, Mr. Magdur. He was so angry. I mean, rightly so. Very rightly. Said, we have built this apartment for Shimata. Who is this person? So his son told, Professor UC Rai's son. But he may be son. He will stay here. Papa, mother has told. How can he stay there? This is Devi's place. How Adishakti? How can he stay there? He may be anything. He didn't know me. I was also taken aback. This old gentleman sitting angry. His son was folding, and Papa, mother called me in the drawing room in Pratishthan and has told me to take him and show, and as an architect to tell the changes to be made. You keep quiet. He said, I will not go. And he kept sitting there, the ground floor. I went with this. And we drove back to Pratishthan. Mother said, yeah, what happened? I said, Shri Mataji, everything is okay, but Shri Mataji, how can I stay? I am telling you. Well, you are questioning me. I said, no, mother, but I cannot say. His father was there. They are so, all those people are so angry. They have built it for you, mother. How can I stay? I'll stay in the ground floor room. He says, why can't you stay? So many houses where I stayed, I've sold them. Other people are staying. Brompton Square or some place, he told. I sold my house. Foreigner, some other people bought there living. Another house in UK, US or somewhere I sold. Other people are living. My Lucknow house I sold. Other people are living. So, but Shri Mataji, when you will come to this health center, where will you stay? I will not come. Shri Mataji, but someday you will come, but where? I will not come there. When I am telling something, I said, Shri Mataji, I have seen everything. So I kept holding my hand, Shri Mataji, what thing? Doesn't look nice. How can I? So she gave me all these examples that I have stayed and then the people are staying. Anyway, the thing would have it. I told Shri Mataji that better you call some senior person, Shri Mataji, because I really I'm not very good at vibrations. I am not very good at Saj Yoga thing. Mother, you will send me there. I will sit behind the patient. I will do some clearing. Nothing is going to happen. This is verbatim I said. What I told Shri Mataji. Said, nothing is going to happen. People will laugh at me. Nobody is going to get all right. See, Mataji, send some senior Sahajogi. Don't send. I don't know anything. Says, but I told you so much about Saj Yoga, man. Still, my vibratory awareness is not good, Mataji. I will not be able to know anything. I feel some vibrations on my hand. I cannot tell about other people. You don't have to do anything. Why are you so worried? You don't have to do anything. I'm telling you to go now. Just go. Take the charge. Take the charge as the hand. Stay where I told you, my part. You are giving me excellent facility, but Mataji, I'll not be able to do any work. Because this is not the job I'm trained in. This is not, I'm proficient. She says, you don't have to do anything better. What you do is to take my photograph. You give it to the patient. Take my photo, give it to the patient. Sit at the back of the patient. Just pray to me, Mother, please cure the patient. And if the patient deserves to be cured, he will be cured. I started smiling and she said, Mataji, is it so simple? She says, yes. If he deserves to be cured, he'll be cured. You think you will be doing curing, or your wife will be doing it, or your father will be doing it, or a senior Sage Yogi does it. Who does it? Says Mataji, you do it. So, not only saying, believe me, just give my photograph. I said, that's simple. So I said, Mataji, I'll go. But still, if there was some senior person, he says, I wanted your father, but see, he is saying that Delhi is a capital. If you make it in Delhi, it will be good. At this age, I don't think he will come to Mumbai. I said, he will come anywhere, mother. He is your, Param Bhakt. He is like, you are everything for him. He will come, she said. I said, yes, mother, he will come. Make a phone call to him. Make a phone call. Dr. Saab, we want to make one center in Vashi. Will you come as a director? I said, Mataji, if you order anything for you, I will come. She told me, oh, he has agreed. So for time being, you stay in Delhi, do your practice. He's the best person. If he's here, then I don't need you. And so finally it started that way. But at one time, she had given me the way to cure also.
Which photo?
And with the food. With the food. And
is that the Dhanvantri photo on your altar?
Yes, Dhanvantri photo. And few days back, I was hearing Shri Mataji's lecture, where she was saying, this is now after 25-30 years, that I was so worried that after my experience of Sahasrara opening, how can I go everywhere in the world and give realization? And then I thought Sahaj Yogis will give realization. And then one fine day, when I saw my own photograph, I saw it was emitting tremendous vibrations. So I understood that the work has to be done by my photograph. And then I remembered, many times I saw while her lectures, her own, while Shri Mataji Sakshat is on the stage, her photograph is kept. I was told by a yogi when Shri Mataji was caught up with a lot of negativity after treating somebody, she kept her own photograph and this yogi was clearing Shri Mataji. With her own photograph, Sakshat Shri Mataji said. And she said, yes, this is the first time in history of humanity that an incarnation has been photographed as live with all its coefficients proper. Otherwise, you have only made, artists have made photographs which are not correct, paintings. So she said, my photograph, this is in her lecture, I'm telling what she said. My photograph has all the 5 elements. It is the light, the vibrations, everything it has. Plus, it has my desire. Meri ichha hai us. It has my desire. It has all the coefficient. It has a real photograph of an incarnation. And this photograph has the power to raise the kundalini of a person. Only this photograph. She is saying Swambhus also have vibrations. Recently, we have gone to 2, 3 seminars and their big temples, we went there. Very beautiful vibrations. At the Puri temple, at the Swami Padmanath temple at Kerala, Kanak Durga temple, there are good vibrations, no doubt. But she says these vibrations will energize you, but cannot raise the Kundalini of a person. Ganpati Puleswami. Good vibrations cannot raise the Kundalini. Raising the Kundalini, Sakshat Shri Mataji, or her photograph. And she said that treat it properly. It is not just a photograph. It has my desire to activate the Kundalini, my desire to, to give you salvation. That is there in this photo. It's a living photo. She gave an example of a house where these photos were not getting properly, people speaking all nonsense in front of the photo. One family member saying, remove the photo, who's this, who's that? And that lady coming and telling Shri Mataji that nothing is working out, I pray in front of a photo. She says, bring the photo, and she saw the photo had blackened and had no vibrations. Then she said, you provide in the running water, take my good photograph, good vibrated photograph, and keep it at a proper place and in a respectful manner. Otherwise, this photo loses the vibration, and then my attention goes away from there. And if my attention goes away, the photograph will not work. And so she said that so many people have been cured just by praying on my photograph or working on my photograph. And so lately I learned myself that this photograph is it's kind of a living, it's a living force. It's like Shri Mataji sitting there. And the more you have respect and, recognition of the photo, the more work, can be done on the photograph and from the photo. So that first thing she told me in 95, give my photo. What she meant by that time she didn't tell me it has all the coefficient, it has all the 5 elements, it has my desire. It's the first time in humanity incarnation has been photographed. All those things she didn't tell me. And 20 years later, not only 30 years later, I'm going to hear this lecture where I understand 30 years later that photograph is
Amazing.
So about the photograph she told me, then about so many things about the recognition she told me, about the faith. There are other stories about the faith. And,
Could you please, sorry to interrupt, but 2 things. One is, where was that incident where Shri Mataji cleared herself in front of her photograph? And would you know what photograph Shri Mataji...
I heard about that.
You heard about it. But
Yeah,
probably
I heard.
don't know whether it was in India or the West.
I don't know, but yeah, I've heard 2-3 times that she also kept her own photograph in front of her.
Yes.
Sometimes. And yeah.
If you could please elaborate on, we as Saj Yogis, we try and keep Shri Mataji's photograph as respectfully and devoted to her. But if you could elaborate on what Shri Mataji told you, how to keep her photo, because it's a living force, really. Although to an ordinary person, it's a photograph.
Yeah, so we also don't give that much importance, knowing so much also. So she said, keep it at a little height, with a little, diya living, clean it every day, and it is not, you have to keep it in a respectable position. You have to keep a little, vibrated cloth, or, this Shri Mataji sarees, you can make the cloth, and keep a small diya, keep some flowers. And recognition is, if you think it's a living photo, the way you will keep it, it. The way you will respect, the way you will pray on it, it. Yes. How you pray a photograph, how you pray a living person. And you will not do all activities in front of photograph. You will know that this is really vibrated and a kind of living thing. And the more recognition you give, the more results you are getting. This we have been doing long, talking to photographs,
Yes.
putting some slips behind the photograph, praying on the photograph. And sometimes we feel as if we are talking to Shri Mataji. But these things are there, and recognition and faith and importance of the photo, importance of this, and slowly as people mature, Shri Mataji's expectation goes up with you. And her main thing is trying to, these stories try to make your faith stronger. That is the only purpose why we are telling and why people listen to it.
And
The
it's so
real
important. Thank you for that.
Yeah, the real part is meditation and propagation. I mean, you try to spread Sahaj Yoga as many people as you give, the more blessings you will get, because then you are helping in her work. And the recognition, not only of the photo, the recognition of Shri Mataji as a whole, and the faith, and the faith. There are so many stories of the faith. We'll do some other time, but here a lot of time we have spent, and I think whatever came to my mind is what Shri Mataji, because I pray to Shri Mataji.
We all
Whatever I
do.
speak,
Thank you, Shri Mataji.
whatever I speak
Thank
is
you.
what you want me to speak. If there is
Yes.
anything, I prayed before it. If there's anything wrong, please excuse me. And I also say like a child to Mataji, Shri Mataji, whatever I say is your responsibility. Don't put it on me. So you only manage. So I think if anything wrong, then all forgiveness we ask for from her. And it's been a very nice experience talking to you. And I think maybe some other time also we'll share some more stories.
Yes. For
Yeah.
sure. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Sandeep Rai. It's really nice. And we will meet some point again, I'm sure. Jai Shri Mataji.